Howdy, folks. Welcome back to the Unqualified Film Bros podcast. Still looking for that sponsor so I can say the rest of the usual YouTuber intro. We'll figure it out. It's only been a little over 4 years. Anyway, while we try to construct a legit podcast, we're talking about a person who is constructed out of corpses. As you can tell by Ben's Zoom name, as he appreciates that segue of mine. We're talking about Frankenstein, the new Guillermo del Toro Netflix film, which I'm sure we'll get into the logistics of that. But speaking purely of the movie, gentlemen, what'd you guys think?
Well, oh, okay. Um, I liked most of it, but I did not enjoy the changes that he made to the book. I was not a fan of those. Um, but overall, I enjoyed it. But that does dip my score. Like, I feel like if they had just done the original um, plot, that would be perfect. But they did not do that. And some of the changes they made are, in my opinion, very pivotal to the story. So yeah, it's a mixed bag. I really, really love the beginning though. Like 70% in, and then they changed some stuff.
What changes specifically did you not agree with?
Um, they did not have the destruction of a bride for Frankenstein, and in turn, they decided that Elizabeth is going to be killed by um uh the monster, Victor, Victor Jr. Instead of, or sorry, yeah, he's supposed to kill. He makes a promise to Victor Frankenstein that since he killed his bride when Victor is to be married, they changed the book a bit. The book changes the plot. Sorry, I'm saying this very, very confusingly. um, they they change who kills Elizabeth. In the book, Elizabeth dies by the monster. The monster makes a promise to Victor and says, "I'm going to kill your bride on your wedding night since you killed mine, presumably on their wedding night, since it was made for him as a companion." And instead, Victor kills her, and then at the end, they forgive each other, which in the book they're still filled with rage, and Victor wants to kill, or is sorry, the monster wants to kill himself, so he takes Victor and says, "I'm gonna take him and myself and try to burn ourselves alive," which kind of encapsulates, the guilt that they each have. They become monsters due to their circumstance of continuous like vengeful acts. Um, just the creation of him was not the part that really turned him into a monster. Not yet, though there were moments later on, and he kills William in the book. He kills him, um, and then Elizabeth and Victor are supposed to get together. So they changed a decent amount with the end. Up until then, I'd say it's pretty accurate. Um, but yeah, I just don't like those changes. I don't think that fits with the book. I love the idea of this secular sort of violence begets violence, and they both end up in the same place, trying to kill each other and killing themselves because of all that. I don't so much love the forgiveness at the end. It's positive, it's optimistic, I guess, but it doesn't fit with the idea of the book, which is that they become increasingly more like monsters due to their circumstance and the things they have done.
Fair.
Those
Yeah,
I mean, I those are
would
the
say it
changes.
doesn't necessarily it I don't know if that I feel like that wouldn't really fit with the way that the movie has the creature portrayed. I see what you're saying. But I think the
No,
it
it,
would
it
feel
definitely sets it
it would
up
feel a
for
little different. It
that.
would feel very different for sure.
But that's kind of what I mean. The
Because
creature in the book is very lighthearted. I mean, he's like a baby.
yeah.
The thing that turns him is that he requests, he's willing to forgive everything. All he requests is just give me a companion so I don't have to live alone. And it's the destruction of the bride because of weird stuff, procreation, like it is in the movie. They touch on that. Um,
Very
but
brief.
yeah, he's afraid he's going to create like a race of undead babies, things that are inhuman and not from God, that it would be his like eternal mistake. And so he kills the bride, essentially. And then yeah, Frankenstein's like, I'm gonna sorry, Frankenstein's monster. They don't give him a name, this is the
The
hardest
creature,
thing.
the
The
creature.
creature, the
Creature.
creature, yeah. That's the name. Yeah, so he kills Elizabeth, and then it's just a vengeful feud. It's circular violence.
Yeah. But that's what I mean is like the way that those events happen, it doesn't really lend itself to the vengeful arc, I don't think, by the end. So I get it, but like we don't
No,
really
no, they
get
they changed it for that. I just
yeah.
don't like that
Yeah.
as much as a theme because I feel like the whole idea is that he has done something irreversible for his own pride
Mhm.
and ego, and the creature has no fault, but now all of a sudden it's what becomes of that. It's like Jurassic Park before Jurassic Park. Just because you you can do something doesn't mean you should. That's where that idea comes from. I mean, Mary Shelley is
Yeah. Yep. It's the modern
the
Prometheus.
yeah, the mother of sci-fi.
Um, yeah, I think I largely agree with what you two have said so far. Um, the film is very, very well made. There are a couple of really rough parts with the CGI, but that's a big problem with
There
modern
were there
horror
were
is
some
that
CGI
this
wolves I
isn't
saw. There were
this,
some I think they hired the same people that did the animals in Gladiator 2.
oh my God,
The
the
monkeys. The
monkeys in
monkeys,
the arena.
baboons.
Oh God. That was painful. That was right
Yeah,
around
but
last year, wasn't it?
huh?
Around this time last year, right? Like,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So perfectly lines up.
Yeah. It's like poetry. It rhymes. Um,
I would say all the CGI is good except for animals. I don't know what they've done in the CGI department recently, but the animals are looking rough. They look like they belong
terrible.
in a Pixar movie. All right.
Yeah, these wolves left a lot to be desired.
But it also hurt me because even though they look fake, they're like little Pixar wolves, just three-dimensional and live action. And when he was killing them, I was like, this is tough to watch.
Yeah, not great. And that's a problem. Like this isn't per se like gothic horror in the way that Nosferatu was. This is more of a drama. But when you're doing a horror film with gore, do it practically.
See, this is what Robert Eggers understands. With The Witch, he got that sheep that was famously such a terrible, like, I guess he was fine with everyone else, but around Ralph Ineson, he would just fucking charge him. And so that like fight that they have in that movie is for real, essentially, because the sheep just fucking hated him. But that shit made the movie. All right. He was literally injured after that. He was injured. You
Practical
don't
stuff
get that with CGI.
ways looks better than CGI.
and it looks
100% of the time.
because it's real. You could just if you're doing aliens, fine, whatever. You're doing shit like that, but if you're doing an animal or something that's real, it's gonna look fucking fake. You're not in a super. This is not a Marvel movie. You can't get away with that.
But so even in a Marvel movie, you just mentioned Ralph Ineson doing Galactus practically and using miniatures and shit like that. That
Hell,
looks
Guillermo del
so much
Toro
better.
did stuff practically with Hellboy and plenty of stuff. I don't. I mean, he did practical stuff for the creature. So
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about I want to talk about Jacob Elordi as the creature, but let's table that for a second. Let's talk about Del Toro because this is a passion project of his. It's something that he's wanted to do for basically his entire career. It's something, honestly, we probably could have expected him to do at some point, knowing his filmography, knowing his likes and dislikes as a filmmaker. Um, I'm going to open this part of the discussion by saying that directorially, yeah, it looks great, but for being such, I'm going to use the phrase again, such a passion project of his, I don't see that passion come through at all. I think he plays it particularly safe, direct, like with his direction, and we don't see anything new that we haven't seen in other films from him. I was a little let down in that regard. I don't know. What did you guys think of the direction of this and the writing? Because he wrote it too.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
I didn't think that was a problem. I thought it was very inventive in the way that it portrayed it. I mean, when was the last time you saw a Frankenstein movie?
Counting or not counting Mel Brooks?
What would you see in Mel Brooks's young Frankenstein that you could compare?
The treatment of the blind man. Gene Hackman clears.
Okay.
Just saying, this one doesn't offer to make espresso. Just saying.
I mean, you're right.
Does that answer my question? Or does that answer your question? I don't know.
I guess.
That was
I don't know.
not.
I just for someone as creative as like Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, Del
Are you
Toro.
telling me this director has a style to him?
Yeah, and this is very stylized in the style of Guillermo del Toro. I just thought that for something he's wanted to do for a long time, this would wow me more.
You know, when people watch The Departed, um, and they watched Goodfellas, do you think they thought, "Wow, they didn't change styles"? I just don't think this is a real. I mean, I get it, I
No,
guess.
it's nitpicky.
It's, it seems
It's
it seems
very
a little
nitpicky.
petty to put against a movie, especially a Netflix movie.
Yeah, great segue. Let's talk about that. You guys each watched this on Netflix, right? You didn't go to a theater?
Yeah,
Yeah, because it doesn't exist in theaters
yeah.
pretty
You
much.
can't
So,
you can't find it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I really fucking I get it. It's fucking cute, guys. Netflix with the little the lightning stuff when you turn on the movie, it does that. Wow, that's
Also,
I
when
I
You
you
can
wanted to
do that
log
in the
punch something.
theater. Like,
when you log the movie on Letterboxd, the app
Yeah,
gives you lighting animation.
I know. It's just like that's cute and all, but I was annoyed because it reminded me that I'm watching this on streaming.
Yeah,
You know,
this
it
movie
just
deserved a theatrical window longer than a week.
like I have issues with the changes, but I still think it's a great movie, and I think it deserves to be seen in the theaters. Um,
Yeah, visually speaking, this
just
demanded a big screen.
I mean, even emotionally, like I was very moved at the performances. And I would say that for the most part, I was enjoying it. I just think that there's parts where it makes it seem like Victor is too much of a monster. I know he forgives him at the end, but I don't know. I In the book, I think it's a lot more subtle that he's done something for his own pride and ego, for his own, reputation that he regrets. And these are the consequences of that, rather than him being so monstrous himself in nature. It was that his act of playing God that made him a monster. Um, and I don't know, like at the end, it felt too much, and then he forgives him, and it felt too little, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
the
I like the
Hmm.
escalation in the book where they both progressively, which I mean mirrors human nature. Like vengeful arcs are, all about. I just feel like, I mean, that's another part of human nature, right? It's that like the creature is not human in that regard, and he follows the same nature as his father. Um,
yeah, I thought the
and
turn
yeah, I just didn't like that. Sorry, but I
the,
liked the movie. It's just I feel like that's a central part. It's the most poignant part, which is all these deaths and vengeful, acts that are happening. Um, and yeah, I didn't get as much of that. It just felt like it pinned too much on Victor and not enough on the creature. And I know it's trying to portray the creature as more, um, soft and lighthearted, but the idea in the book is he is until his one love, his one chance at happiness is taken away.
yeah, I don't this movie for me at least, and you guys can weigh in on this as much as you'd like to, obviously. This movie for me felt like a butting heads of ideas between like a tragic journey for the creature meeting daddy issues the movie. Because like I feel like a lot of Victor's motivations in this movie are driven, at least in the way that they're presented in this version of the story, are driven by his father and his mistreatment at the hands of his father and how
Yes,
sort of
that is part of the book, George.
okay, and his treatment of
Circular violence. Why you think I think the ending is so important is that it illustrates this circular violence. The trauma has been passed from generation to generation, right? The father mistreats the son, then the son grows up to become a father. And yes, there's the element of sci-fi, but there's also the element of just him mistreating his son because he was treated. I mean, the sticks when he's whacking him. Come on.
yeah, I'm agreeing with what you've said.
I thought you were saying that was too much.
No, I'm saying that there was a conflict of everything you've been saying with trying to make the creature this sort
Oh,
of
oh, oh,
tragic hero.
sorry. My bad. My bad.
You're looking for confrontation where it's not there. It's like the end of this movie.
Exactly. I'm Frankenstein. It doesn't roll off the tongue
I
so
think
well.
I think you needed the K in there, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. I maybe, yeah.
I don't know, we'll workshop it.
Frankenstein.
I'm looking forward to what you got for Running Man next week. We'll
I'm
talk
I'm gonna
about
change it
it
right
next
now,
week.
actually.
I already know what you're gonna do next week. Never mind.
The
Frankenstein.
Running Man.
It works.
There you go.
Frankenstein. See, but
Um,
I'm looking for confrontation. Violence begets violence.
yeah,
I saw you were trying to say things, George, and it just
that's the story of my life the last 4 years every week. What do you guys think of Jacob Elordi here?
I honestly think he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's quite
Agreed.
good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's expand on that, shall we?
I mean, well, yeah, it's not like it has too many lines, but his physical acting's very, very good.
Victor.
Uh, but just the way he moves, I mean, he really captured that like it's sort of a newborn baby in this
Hmm.
husk of dead men. It's quite a performance and quite
Five.
something
I didn't
to.
know Jacob Elordi was that tall.
Oh yeah, he's super tall.
I looked it up. He's 6'5" and Oscar Isaac is 5'9", so the height
I looked up the height
discrepancy
discrepancy too.
is pretty real.
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's really tall.
Which works so well for this movie, right?
Yeah.
The fear,
Hmm.
it's every man's fear to find someone that's like 8 inches taller than him, just looking down on him, saying your name over and over and over again.
With that
And who you can
grotesque
feel getting physically stronger like
skin.
every single day. Like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah, I thought Jacob Elordi really, really captured the physicality of the character in a really strong way. I think this role demanded that, and certainly his performance brought it all. And
And
then
also emotionally, just
emotionally,
like
yeah,
the way that he, portrays him in the beginning and how he evolves and things like that. I mean, it's a very, very good performance.
because
Um, I
the
was
way the
not familiar with his game, as the kids say.
neither was I. But as the way the character is written in this version of the story, it is a tragic journey, and obviously, you know, the hero doesn't meet his demise in this film, but his emotional arc is tragic until the moment of forgiveness at the end of the film. And I think the way Jacob Elordi plays the emotion of the piece really, really complements the script and story for what this character goes through.
Absolutely. I'm trying not to talk too much right now. I've said too much.
And we're just having a conversation here, man.
Yeah, but I want to see what you guys have to think.
Max.
I mean, it's hard to add too much when when it's like when I agree with everything. Like it's
Well,
definitely one that I would rather have seen on the big screen for sure because especially I'll point to the creation scene. I mean, that was magnificent with um the music and just how they made it
Alexandra Desplat
beautiful.
did the score, by the way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but they made it a
never
beautiful
misses.
scene. It was grotesque and inhuman as it should be, but it was art.
very gothic,
Yeah.
dark
Very.
romantic.
The
Yeah.
the production design of that sequence, really of the whole film. And again, we'll the CGI
You need to
notwithstanding,
look this up.
the film looked really, really good. The tower, the castle, the lab, the bowels of the tower, the dungeon where he was kept,
Yeah.
the ship, the framing device ship.
Yeah, I mean a lot of it was practical. Like they made this stuff and that's to their credit. It looked
What's
great.
crazy is like Jacob Elordi actually pushed that ship out of the ice. He did that practically.
And then Tom Cruise floated up after going to the Sevastopol.
Exactly.
It's a real thing that
Hmm.
happened in universe in 1850 whatever.
How does it
57.
feel, George, to be a George George Dunn? That was my best George comment.
What?
What?
I feel like you've made those comments before. It's like this guy has actually did this.
Oh, yeah, I've done a bit like that maybe once or twice.
I feel like more than once or twice.
200 plus episodes. Maybe I've done it 3 times. Touche, Benjamin. Sorry, Frank Ben Stein. Touche. Um, yeah, what'd you guys make of the way this story was told through presentation of the end at the beginning. Not the end, but like having the present of the film be Victor and then eventually the creature on the ship and then flashing back to the whole narrative.
Well, isn't that how it is in the book?
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I have not read the book.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's split into essentially two stories, just like the movie is. And
Yeah,
you
that's why
start
like
in, yeah, you start in
at
the
the
Arctic.
at the end the creature tells his tale and says, I'm gonna leave you guys alone, just let me take Victor and we're gonna kill ourselves, you know? That's the end of the book. But yeah, it's split up into, you know, uh maker and creator.
You just said the same thing twice.
Maker and
I mean
creature.
ma creator and creature, sorry.
I'm just being a dick.
No, no, but it rhymed better.
Well done then.
It didn't make as much sense.
Yeah, I
Um,
think
yeah, no, I that was fun.
yeah. Just one more note on the limited theatrical window and the streaming exclusive, or not exclusive, but the streaming situation for this film. More movies need to be in theaters. Like, I'm not saying every Netflix release, you know,
Yeah, we
uh,
don't need the electric state going into theaters.
no, we
Just
don't.
make just stop.
Save $250 million and go make a
Make
bunch
like
of other
10 independent films.
yeah.
Not even independent. Just make 10 $32 million films, which could be amazing. Guys, I should work for Netflix. I can tell them
Should. I think your first
that great
task should
financial
be
decision, guys.
supplanting David Zaslav at Warner Brothers.
Oh no, no, but it's just gonna be bought by what's his name? Da David Ellison? Yeah, David Ellison, right? He's another
Sure.
David. Larry Ellison's son. Skydance guy.
Yeah.
Mark Ellison?
Mark Ellison?
Whatever happened with the Skydance Paramount merger? Did that go through
What? The Skydance merger?
with Paramount? That went through, right?
That went through like months ago.
Yeah. Okay. I was just catching up.
Yeah,
Uh,
because whenever you watch a Paramount movie or whatever, it has Paramount and then it says a Skydance company instead of what was it before Viacom?
yeah.
Can't remember.
Because Viacom owns CBS and Paramount Plus has all of CBS's programming.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Paramount sucks. They'll suck.
um, while Ben figures out his next career move in running multi-billion dollar corporations, yeah, this movie, Wake Up Dead Man in a few weeks, like these movies are getting 1 week theatrical windows. They should play on the big screen for a month or a month and a half.
They're also getting limited like releases on these, so it's
True,
just
not a lot of theaters are showing these movies when they
you'll
are in theaters.
do it for a week and then it's just strictly on streaming. You know, they lost the Duffer Brothers to this. The people that made Stranger Things wanted to make a movie and said, "Hey, we'll make it with you, but you got to put it in theaters." And they said, "No, sorry." That's
And then
like
it went to
the
Paramount.
thing. I mean, I just don't get it. There's a stupidity here that uh, escapes me.
Yeah.
But
Putting
what?
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein in theaters the week of Halloween should be a no-brainer to make a not a billion, but to make back your investment
No,
easy.
man, we gotta release it in November. That's when it comes out. November. Why are
So,
we gonna release it before Halloween? We gotta release it after Halloween. That's when people are most hyped up for horror movies.
you make
Don't
a
put it in the
lot of good
theaters.
points, Ben.
Don't put it in the theaters. spend the money. Just let it die on streaming.
They're acting like they're gonna lose the rights to it somehow, and it's not gonna end up on Netflix anyways. Like,
And what are you afraid of? Like, oh no, it goes to Netflix a month later. You'll still get the people that want to damn watch it in the theaters, or they'll wait and they'll watch it on your service. Who are you losing? What are you losing?
This is why we need theatrical windows of 2 months at least for big films like this.
By the
And
way, this is
no streaming, not even available to buy or rent on Amazon or YouTube. None of that for like 6 months after the movie's in theaters. Make
I
people
feel the
see
need
it in
to
theaters.
put in this last thing, which is why do you think they raise the prices so frequently now? Is because they're treating these things like, oh, we make this, then they buy it. They're treating it like a ticket. It's not a ticket, but they don't want to give money to the theater. It's just, but it's stupid. You're losing money. You're trying to scrape away money that you don't have.
It sucks.
Just, yeah. Ted Sarandos, get a grip.
Heard it here first, Ted.
I know he's going to watch this podcast.
He does. He's one of our
He's
subscribers.
one of the 5 viewers. It's Ted Sarandos.
Hey, come on now. We love our viewers. We love our
Well, we
listeners.
do. We love all the other four. The fifth one, we don't love you, Ted Sarandos.
Hey, Christoph Waltz is in this movie. He was pretty good.
He's
he is
great.
in this movie.
He's Christoph Waltz. The character is pretty simple anyway. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that. He's actually pretty complex. But you can't. Most movies are not going to go into detail with many characters because it would just take too long. I think he's fine.
Yeah, I always enjoy him in whatever I see him in.
Mhm.
So the first part of this wrap up is going to pain me to say, but Frankenstein is currently streaming on Netflix. In the meantime, we will all be going back to the theaters next week. Edgar Wright adapts Stephen King. Yes, it is our third Stephen King adaptation of the year. I know I'm
Jesus.
excited for it. These guys are too, probably, hopefully. Glenn
Oh
Powell,
yeah.
Coleman Domingo, Josh Brolin star in The Running Man. Very excited about that one. We will bring that to you next Friday. In the meantime, watch some good movies. Watch Frankenstein on Netflix and form your own opinion about that element of it and whether or not you wanted to see it in theaters. But support local movie theaters, ban AI and filmmaking. The whole nine, the whole shebang. We will see you for The Running Man next week. Have a good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night.